Donna Mills is a woman whose fantasies become a reality and threaten to destroy her marriage.
I'm scared.
Intimate Encounters, Sunday.
Since Johnny's in prime time, late night's taking over with Patti LaBelle and Tony Randall. Say, Dave, as long as you're up and Raquel's there, why don't you do 2 shows in a row?
The baby missing from a Tijuana street wasn't missing at all after the first day. Next on Newscenter tonight, the long road home.
We'll tell you what survived and what didn't now that the House has passed a tax reform bill. And hear why American pilots think we're at greater risk when we fly.
Also tonight, backlash at the Japanese. Newscenter tonight is next.
Since you obviously can't taste a Score candy bar during a commercial, we'd like to show you what it tastes like. Score is one of the most luxurious, indulgent tastes imaginable. Sumptuous milk chocolate surrounding crunchy, buttery toffee. The next time you take a moment out during the day, make it a truly special moment. Indulge yourself with the rich, luxurious taste of Score.
For years, we're proud to say we've been stepped on, looked down upon, laid out, and put down in almost every possible way. We've been cut down to size, nailed to the wall, stomped on, rolled over, and trampled on more than anyone else. But after more than 30 years of making carpet fibers like Antron that look beautiful and stay beautiful, I guess we've just got one of those names, DuPont Carpet Fibers, the fibers America prefers to walk all over.
At Pizza Hut Delivery, we're making sure our people have what it takes to deliver.
Proceed, Crookshank. Good girl. Nice baby.
Because when we get it right, you get it right.
Very nice. Now once more from the poodle.
For free delivery, North County, call 967-9696.
Come home to 39 Cable 7.
Dennis Morgino, Laura Buxton, Al Keck Sports, Brian Hackney Weather. Newscenter 39 tonight.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Dennis Morgino.
And I'm Laura Buxton. The baby was gone more than 2.5 weeks, apparently kidnapped off a Tijuana street right in front of her mother. But most of the time she was gone, little Virginia Gonzalez was merely lost in a ball of red tape. She's home tonight, and Rory Bennett has the story.
Estelle Gonzalez thought she'd never see her 6-month-old daughter again. But the family's prayers were answered, and little Virginia is back in her mother's arms again. Estelle and her husband Rodolfo told us they never gave up hope. But as the days wore on, they worried their baby might turn up dead or might not turn up at all. Virginia was missing since September 6th. It was thought she was snatched by an American woman as the mother sold Indian crafts in downtown Tijuana. Police on both sides of the border launched an aggressive search, but the baby couldn't be found.
There are around 30 orphanages in Tijuana, and there is no good control of them or who are in the orphanages. So nobody knew about this.
The disappearance of Virginia has taken its toll on the family, which lives modestly in one of Tijuana's poorer neighborhoods. The parents missed work searching for the girl, and their children haven't slept well. Now they're happy to put the nightmare behind them. Estelle Gonzalez's story is not unlike that of other mothers who have had their children missing for a day, a week, or even a month. And now she vows to never let the baby stray from the house, never let it out of her sight. From Tijuana, Rory Bennett, Newscenter Tonight.
A San Bernardino woman was questioned about the case by the FBI. She told authorities she took the baby for a ride and dropped her off at the Tijuana fairgrounds. The woman has not been arrested.
Yeah, a lot of questions still remain there. One of them is this. That still leaves the case of the baby found dead in San Diego Bay nearly a week ago. When the infant's body was pulled from the waters off the Grape Street Pier, many thought it might be Virginia Gonzalez. Right approximate age, right sex, ethnic background. But tonight, 6 days after police asked us to show you these pictures of the child to help them identify her, they say they still don't know who that child was. Secretary of State George Shultz and his Soviet counterpart met again late tonight, but Shultz and Eduard Shevardnadze were not able to resolve the case of American reporter Nicholas Danilov. This was the third time Shultz and the Soviet foreign minister had met this week. Earlier today, a Soviet spokesman said the Soviet Union does not want to try Danilov on spy charges. The spokesman said a trial would further hurt relations with the United States.
There's growing concern on Capitol Hill tonight over the safety of commercial air travel. A House committee today heard the Federal Aviation Administration has tried to develop a collision avoidance system for 30 years. Many believe that technology already exists. But the Airline Pilots Union opposes those warning devices, saying they are flawed. In a recent poll of its members, the union says 96% of the nation's pilots believe government deregulation has had an adverse impact on safety. 84% think government rules about the maintenance of aircraft are too permissive. And 47% say the airlines they fly for often delay needed repairs for excessive lengths of time.
The new tax bill breezed to victory tonight on Capitol Hill in the first of three major hurdles in the race for tax reform. The House overwhelmingly passed an overhaul of the nation's twisted tax system and sent it to the Senate. It would simplify the tax structure to two basic rates. Mortgage interest, state and local income tax, and property tax still would be deductible. So would IRAs for couples earning less than $40,000 and individuals earning less than $25,000. But state and local sales tax and consumer credit like auto loans and credit card interest would no longer be deductible. Now, with the elimination of deductions, most people would have a higher taxable income. And part of what Californians save in federal taxes, we will lose to the state. Here is why. Federal income tax payments go down with the lower rate, but state tax rates have not been lowered. So the higher income, fewer deductions, would mean higher payments. Bill now goes to the Senate, where approval is expected. President Reagan has said he will sign it.
Interesting. That's what defense attorney Milt Silverman has to say about a police videotape of the crime scene in the Sagan-Penn murder case last fall. Now, that videotape is the one that was lost for nearly 18 months and only discovered during a routine inventory at police headquarters 2 weeks ago. Silverman says the 15-minute tape contains significant information that will be useful at Penn's upcoming trial, but he won't elaborate. Penn was acquitted last June of murder in the shooting of police agent Thomas Riggs and attempted murder of agent Donovan Jacobs. Penn still faces a possible retrial on other charges, including the attempted murder of a civilian ride-along. An alleged rape suspect is dead tonight, shot in the neck yesterday by a La Mesa police officer. 27-year-old Timothy Robinson died today at Sharp Hospital. He allegedly raped a woman and was holding her at knife point when the officer shot him. Robinson was paroled recently from the California Medical Facility at Vacaville for assaulting another woman 3 years ago.
Fraternities and sororities at San Diego State once again are under fire tonight. They've been ordered to tighten their rules regarding bedroom visits and alcoholic beverages at parties. This after reports of 3 alleged rapes on or near the campus in recent weeks. Students met today to talk about the increasing problem. Some think the solution might be to change people's attitudes.
I think a lot of the girls on this campus hold the same attitude that the men do, and I don't think that's right. I mean, they say, I've talked to a lot of people and they said, well, you know, it probably didn't really happen. It was probably the girls' fault. And I found myself thinking that at first too, and I thought, my God, what if I was the person that said this? Why would I say that if it wasn't true?
Today's directive from school officials was sent to the university's 17 fraternities and 10 sororities. The Inter-Fraternity Council says many frat houses already have tightened regulations since an alleged rape at Pi Kappa Alpha last year.
Still coming on Newscenter tonight, Japan's prime minister had a few verbal punches thrown his way from the halls of Congress.
That's for sure. Last night's rain left its calling card at Mercy Hospital to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And the fact that she's alive today is a tribute to the staff of a local hospital. Stay with us.
Question. When Stuart Anderson's Black Angus restaurant has succulent aged prime rib, a baked potato just smothered with your favorite topping, and whole wheat bread with homemade soup or garden salad, specially priced at just $7.95. What should you make for dinner tonight? How about reservations?
Well, Arnold, we're down to zero.
That's right, Esther, because there's only a few days left to take advantage of Arnold's fabulous 0% interest offer, which means you don't pay 21% interest, you don't pay 16% interest.
You don't even pay 2.9% interest, because for this final weekend, you pay absolutely 0% interest.
That's no financing charges for 1 full year on anything purchased at Arnold's.
Now, that's a zero that will really pique your interest.
But you better hurry. This offer ends Monday at all Arnold stores.
From our family to yours.
Today's high-compression engines not only rev high, they can run hotter than regular small car engines. Their searing heat can begin to break down an oil immediately. That's why there's Castrol, the only leading motor oil that in every grade provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol before your engine does something to get you heated up. Castrol, engineered for today's smaller cars.
Castrol, on sale at all Kragen stores near you.
What do you call a credit card that costs you nothing to get?
The Discover Card. Smart move.
What do you call a credit card that gives you money back on every purchase?
The Discover Card. Smart move.
You get a yearly cash bonus. And what do you call a credit card that gets you cash nationwide?
The Discover Card. Smart move.
Now, what do you call a credit card that does all three?
The Discover Card.
Use the Discover Card every day at more and more places like these.
The biggest thing since sliced potatoes. Thicker, crunchier, more golden brown. Laura Scudder's new home-style potato chips.
Once you hear them, you gotta have them.
Reaction tonight from where you would and would not expect it. Japanese Prime Minister Nakasone said the other day, Japan is a superior society to the U.S. primarily because the U.S. contains blacks, Mexicans, and Puerto Ricans. Today, 2 congressmen, one of them Japanese descent, condemned the Japanese leader.
To persuade all blacks and minorities to stop buying Japanese-made cars. If he holds that we are inferior, then we should not use his products.
They are in Japan a very closed society. They discriminate against the Koreans, the Filipinos, and a lot of other groups. And for them to make racist remarks against the people of our great country, who have made this country, the great nation, what it is, to me is outrageous.
Nakasone has said he didn't mean his remarks to be racist, and the U.S. State Department has said he was quoted out of context.
We may never know if the remains of a little girl found in Mission Valley are those of Amber Avey. Homicide detectives said today efforts to compare dental records failed. The 7-year-old apparently never went to the dentist, and police aren't able to use fingerprints or footprints. Amber was allegedly beaten to death last winter by her mother's boyfriend, John Moncrief, and then buried near Padre Dam. San Diego got some added help tonight in the continuing border sewage problem. $5 million has been allocated to plan and design a sewage return. That is, when the sewer system in Tijuana fails, a system on our side of the border will keep the runoff from contaminating San Diego waters. The agreement today involved the EPA authorizing the $5 million so the Army Corps of Engineers can get started on that project.
A suspect in the murder of U.S. drug agent Enrique Camarena is now alleged to have worked for a high-level drug smuggler. According to the DEA, Mario Martinez was a pistolero, a gunman for Ernesto Fonseca, a reputed narcotics kingpin now jailed in Mexico City. Martinez's lawyer declined to put him on the stand, but insisted today that allegation is false.
Is this the sort of thing that you flaunt, that you run around as a pistolero for some high drug mucky-muck and you're a high-ranking government official at the same time? I mean, it's ludicrous.
A hearing on whether to keep holding Martinez without bail ended late today, and it continues tomorrow.
The losses are still being counted tonight at Mercy Hospital. Mercy's outpatient surgery center suffered heavy damage last night from the unexpected rains. The center is undergoing construction, and a hole in the roof was left uncovered by workers. Some operations were postponed today, and staff members sent home while the cleanup continued. Damage is expected to run into the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Brian was telling us last night that we were below normal for rainfall. Not anymore.
No, sir, but now after the rain here and the snow up in Southern California, it is time for something completely different. That bright thing in the sky today was the sun, and we'll be seeing a lot more of it. And I'll show you why when we come back.
Today, when the average price of a new car is well over $11,000, both of the new Hyundai Excels make a lot of sense. Both Hyundai Excels have more standard features than any car in their class. And both Hyundai Excels are very affordable. In fact, for less than the average price of one new car, you can buy both Hyundai Excels. Hyundai, cars that make sense.
Look smart, work smart, go smart, so smart.
Marshalls has brand names for less.
Now that's smart.
Marshalls has famous maker and designer clothing for 20 to 60% less than department store regular prices. On sportswear, menswear, boys and girls wear, and accessories, family footwear, plus giftwear and home fashions.
Marshalls.
Call for the store nearest you.
Now that's smart.
What I need is a deadbolt for my home. What I don't need is the mess and aggravation of drilling an extra hole in the door. What I really need is a deadbolt that fits in a doorknob.
What you really need is a Wiser bolt.
I do?
It's a doorknob plus deadbolt in one. It goes right in where your old doorknob comes out. Wiser bolt, only from Wiser Lock.
How would you describe new Fresh Chef Bolognese sauce?
I could die.
New Fresh Chef Italian sauces, fresh taste in the dairy case.
Come home to 39.
Come on board the San Diego Zoo's Animal Express for a special 70th birthday celebration. Join me, Joan Embry.
And me, Rolf Panershka, as we show you some of the zoo's special accomplishments, including an animal baby boom.
And the world's most distinctive animal tour through the wild animal parks.
Plus, what you can do during the week-long birthday celebration at the San Diego Zoo.
We're having a party.
And you're invited.
Come home to 39 Cable 7.
This is the best part of the newscast. Why? Because Brian shows pretty weather pictures.
Yeah, we got some pretty pictures tonight if you like snow.
I've been trying all year to convince you that this is the best part of the newscast. Yeah. Snow finally today up in Northern California. Not just a little bit either. Last year, it took until October 8th to snow just 1.2 inches up in the northern mountains. It's only the latter part of September, and they got 12 inches overnight. This is at South Lake Tahoe near Donner Pass and at Echo Lake, above the 7,300-foot level. But don't get your skis out because forecasters say that most of it will melt within the next couple of weeks.